Hello and welcome. So today we are working on the doll shelf that was inspired from Mackenzie-Childs' Witch Doll Stand. In front of me, I already have a lot of things prepped already. The shirt she has on was originally pink, but I dyed it black. As you can see, I was experimenting putting on bracelets on her, which was from my jewelry stash. I had purchased Mitch Match jewelry, and they've been very helpful in like creating earrings and necklaces for my dolls. So we're going to be working on the face up and connecting it to the base. That's going to be the shelves. Now the top of this is where she's going to sit right inside, and I had already made this already. So this part, I don't know what it originally was. I just found it at the thrift store, and this was it was all the way around, because initially I was looking for like a bird cage, but I didn't find anything. But I found this and I thought it was perfect, and I cut out all the wiring here so that the opening I'd be able to put shelves in. So this top part, I used Model Magic and molded around the top of this and then closed it off. And then to make it look a little bit nicer, I put on black flocking on top of this, because this is like the top of her dress, but I will be adding more around it to look a little bit more how Mackenzie-Childs had like she had some like ruffles, so I'm going to be adding ruffles to the outside. But right now I want to work on the face up, and I'm not going to be changing too much to her. I'm leaving her hair as is because I liked the black and purple. I'm just going to be changing the eye color, eyeshadow, and lips to be a bolder color like a fortune teller. And these are the colors I'll be working with. Juneberry, which is like a deep purple color. This satin French wine red paint for her lips. But I also have color pencils I'll be working with, gray, red. I'll be changing her eye color to green because I have decided that her name is going to be Jade, Madam Jade, the fortune teller. I'm also going to be painting her nails I'm not sure if I'm doing this color or red, probably this color, the Juneberry. I've already prepped her face, which I used clear gesso, and I put it on her eyes, lips, nose, pretty much all in this so that it gives it tooth, so that the paint and the color pencils have something to stick to. So I'm going to be changing her eye color first. So I'm liking how that went. That was just, I think that's nice. I think I need to work a little bit more on her lips. But I just, if you find a face that you really like and just make some subtle changes, can just, make the doll look even better than it already looked. And of course, I've misplaced my goodness, I've already misplaced my brush, but that's just how it goes. I just be misplacing things. So I like how she looks. And now I want to show you the jewelry that I made for her that was also used for my broken jewelry stash. I made this little necklace that had these like sequins on it, which you see this kind of look on fortune tellers, but also like belly dancers. And so I made a pair. I cut it out from an earring. The earring was pretty big. It was like this big, and then I just took these pieces off. They became instant earrings and instant necklace. So I was able to make her a beautiful necklace set. Now these bracelets are just mismatch earrings. And so how I made these, because I have some more to make. Sometimes they just come, I had this one that's super little that has a clasp on it. And this can already fit on her wrist. And it was like an instant bracelet. Now for this one that has like the backing and the stem so it can, go into your ear, I cut this off with wire cutters. And then I take I'm not sure what kind of tool this is, but I take it, put it around her wrists. And actually these hands come off, so that makes it easier to get it on like this, but I want the bracelet to stay on. So I just take this and squeeze it around her wrist. Like so. And see how it's closed off? And now she has a bracelet. Because the fortune tellers had a lot of bracelets. So I just wanted to show you that if you've come across a mismatched jewelry, they can become little jewelry for your dolls. And last but not least is her headscarf. Now I cut this out from a bigger piece, which is like a very like velvet fabric, because I'm going to be having velvet ribbon and stuff throughout. So this is going to be her headscarf, and I really like the way this color looks. It's going to be a lot of different kind of greens, purples, colors. But no, it's sliding. But I'm going to take her hair down. I'm just going to leave it down kind of wild, and then I'm going to put her scarf on her head. And then I'm going to be attaching this on to the doll. And then we will be back for the next step, which is going to be attaching the shelves inside and covering the shelves themselves with a very nice fabric. Okay, I will be right back. Hello, and we're back. So I wanted to show you the progress, because I realized when I had this project put away in a bag, I had forgotten the direction I wanted to go with this fortune teller doll. So as you can see, I got her headband in, and her eyes and lips have been glossed. I have her earrings in, and necklace. I've also painted her nails, which I'm trying to get focus. It's kind of, I don't know why I'm having such a hard time. But yes, I've added rings. That was something I forgot to share. And these rings are made from earrings that I've just cut off the backing off. And then for the wrap, I thought I was going to be doing the ruffle, but the ruffle is actually for the top. And she was going to have a scarf wrapped around, like, representing her waist. I also had to prep the ribbons that are going to go along the outside of this, I don't know, cage. I don't have another word for it. And I end up getting like teal because I wanted some like teal, but this was too light and I wanted it to be darker. And then I dyed it with this teal. And initially it was a very dark teal. And because I've had so many different mishaps with the dyes, I'm thinking, well, if I take it out too soon, it's going to, rinse out and then it won't be teal and then it just end up turning green. So it kind of just worked out because I realized that the other side of the ribbon wasn't velvet like the front. So I had this fabric I got from Dollar Tree that's green, and for this purple I glued down the strips. I measured out each one. I realized that I needed 10 purple, 10 green to wrap around this whole thing that I'm going to be gluing on the outside. So then the other side is this kind of purpley blue color because I want both sides, no matter what direction you're looking, I wanted you to see the velvet. And the doll has fallen because I haven't secured it. So I still have to secure it in place, but I am really loving where she's at. Also, if you notice, one side has this glitter around her eyes. I thought it made it more magical, and it's actually this dragonfly glaze that I put around the eyes that gives it this more magical looking feeling. I only did one side. I'm going to do the other side. I just want you to see the difference. So that's the progress right now. And the next step is going to be the shelves and the ribbons around her dress. So we'll be back. Okay, so we're back for our next step. And these are the shelves that are going to go inside the doll's kind of cage, because I don't have another word for it, but it's shelving. So I painted one side with Plasti Dip, and I'm going to be covering the other side with this fabric. And this was a fabric from a doll's dress that I thought would work really well for the Fortune Teller doll shelf. Okay, so we're back. As you can see, I covered the shelving with the fabric and I cut it down so that it's nice. That's the bottom piece. So you can see, I'll wipe that down, but the One side is black, and then the other side has this beautiful fabric. So I want to make sure I put it on right. Hello, we're back. Um, so I had recorded making some of the miniatures and I didn't turn the camera on. So it's probably just as well because it was way too long. So I'm just going to briefly go over what I made. So I printed out those tarot cards that you see online on cardstock, and then I sprayed fixative on it so that none of the ink would run. Now I know in a tarot spread it would not look like this, but because I liked all the cards, I wanted them to be all on the cloth here. And the cloth itself I glued the kind of purpley blue fabric on cardstock because it like rolled up and stuff. It didn't lay flat, so this will ensure it lays flat. And then those two beads on the side, I made little incense to represent like incense. And then I put together these candles, which I made out of birthday candles. And the little skull and the little bead there were from my stash. I thought the little skull was cool, and I used some watered down black to bring out the features. And I thought the little bead looked like kind of like an eye. And these stones I actually bought from a crystal shop, and I forgot to write down what they each mean, but they're positive. And then I made this crystal ball, which I like how this bead looked because it just looks like it's creating magic. And then on the top shelf, these were different things from my stash. I found some very tiny green beads that I put into one of the glass bottles, and the other one had clear beads with a little bit of black in the middle. And in the back, that's a bead where I customized a cork to go in it because, you know, maybe there's some magical powder in there. And then this resin skull came from my stash. And then this was just like a bead and like a gold bead, I guess. I just put it together because I thought it just looked cool. And those came from my stash. That's just a frame. And I had this kind of nature background that I cut down. And then I glued that eyeball, like the eye that can see everything. And then in the original, the inspiration, Mackenzie-Childs, on the corners of like the frame, she had bows, but obviously I was going to put some kind of mystical, you know, trinket charms on the side. So this is actually an earring, and you could see it has like some kind of symbol. It just seemed like it fit, and I attached it with clear fishing wire, so you can't really see it too much unless I'm close up. And then this one I made, this was in the stash with my broken jewelry. So I had this symbol, and then I added these two earrings, the star and the moon, to it, and I added these two beads and then connected it to the corner with the fishing wire. So I just felt it looked very mystical. So that is what it's looking like, and I really love how it came out. So now we're all done. I'm gonna show you the end results of Madam Jade. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for commenting and letting me know what you wanted to see. I have 2 more projects coming, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.